You know, I keep seeing these Dubby energy drinks everywhere I look online.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like they're all over social media,
Hmm.
and with those wild flavors and the colorful cans.
Right, right.
What do you think? Is it just hype, or is there actually something kind of interesting going on here?
I think it's definitely more than just hype, you know?
Yeah.
Dubby is riding this whole wave of clean energy drink
Hmm.
trends.
Okay.
People are really starting to question those old school energy drinks,
Yeah. Yeah.
the ones packed with sugar and all that artificial stuff.
Right. Makes sense. So let's dive in. I actually pulled up Dubby's website,
Okay.
and it seems like their main thing is
Yeah.
this coffee fruit cherry extract for energy.
Interesting.
Yeah, they claim it gives you like smooth, focused energy.
Okay.
So is this something brand new, or what's the deal?
Well, it's not exactly brand new,
Okay.
but it is interesting, yeah. So you see, coffee fruit cherry extract, it's exactly what it sounds like. It comes from the fruit that surrounds the coffee bean.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's naturally caffeinated and packed with antioxidants.
So it fits in with like the health conscious consumers.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. It ticks a lot of those boxes.
Okay, so it's not just marketing fluff. There's actually some science behind it.
Right.
But I mean, there are tons of energy drinks already out there. So
Sure.
what makes Dubby different?
Well, a few things. First, they're really focused on like the taste experience.
Okay.
Some brands just focus on function.
Right, right.
But Dubby seems to be making flavor like a really core part of their identity.
Yeah. You can't miss those flavor names.
Yeah.
Purple Dub sauce. Grandpa's denture water.
Oh, wow.
What's going on there?
That's bold. It's definitely a bold strategy. They're trying to cut through the noise and grab attention.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems to be working. People are definitely talking about them. But whether that actually leads to sales, that's a different question.
Well, they actually claim to be the hashtag one tasting energy drink,
Oh, really?
according to the founder's mom, at least.
Okay, we'll take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But it does highlight something important. Taste is so subjective.
True, true.
And one person loves, another might find totally repulsive.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
So how do we, like, cut through all the marketing and figure out what it really tastes like?
that's where customer reviews come in.
Oh, okay.
That's where you get, like, the real unfiltered opinions
Yeah.
from people who have actually tried it.
All right, let's dig into some of these reviews. I've got a bunch here. And
Okay.
let's just say they are all over the map.
Oh, this should be good.
Okay, first up, we've got David S.
Okay.
He seems to be a longtime Dubby drinker, but he's not happy with the new Dub Sludge flavor. Says the old one was more unique.
That's interesting. Sounds like they've got a core audience that's, like, attached to those certain flavors.
Yeah.
And it shows how hard it can be to change a winning formula.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Brian H. He's absolutely loving Beach and Teach.
Okay.
He says it tastes just like a creamsicle,
Hmm.
which honestly sounds pretty good.
That's smart what they're doing there.
Yeah.
Taking like a familiar, comforting flavor,
Yeah.
giving it a little twist,
Yeah,
appealing to that nostalgia. It's a classic marketing strategy.
that's true. Okay, then there's Tim M., who's all about Grandpa's denture water. He says it's light, fun, and no jitters.
Wow.
I have no idea what that's supposed to taste like,
Right.
but I am kind of curious.
That name is definitely grabbing attention.
It is.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah,
Is it good marketing or just plain weird?
it's definitely getting people talking, so
It's true, yeah.
maybe that's the point.
Maybe. Sometimes just being memorable is enough to get people to try it.
Okay, what else do we have? Here's Gage W. He was really impressed with the starter sampler pack.
Yeah, that makes sense. You get to try a bunch of flavors before committing to like a whole tub,
Yeah,
especially with such unique and potentially polarizing
right,
flavors.
right.
It takes the risk out of trying something new.
Yeah, for sure. And last but not least, Zeke W.
Okay.
He liked 2 out of the 3 flavors in the free trial pack, but has a mango allergy. Always read the ingredients, folks.
Absolutely, yeah. But it shows that W is making it easy for people to find their flavor.
Yeah.
They're offering those free trial sampler packs, all sorts of ways to test the waters.
So we've got natural energy, crazy assortment of flavors, and sampler packs.
Mm-hmm.
But what about this tagline, it's time to be better?
Oh, yeah.
What does that even mean for an energy drink?
Well, that's where the marketing gets a little more abstract.
Okay.
Clearly trying to tap into this, like, broader cultural shift toward self-improvement and wellness.
Right.
It's not just about getting that energy boost. It's about making choices that align with your values.
So they're playing on this idea of being better.
Mm.
But what does that actually look like for their customers?
Well, if we look at their website, they emphasize clean ingredients. No sugar, no artificial colors or dyes.
Right.
It's almost like they're positioning themselves as like the responsible choice in the energy drink category.
So being better could mean choosing a drink that aligns with your health goals and values, even if you're also looking for an energy boost.
Exactly, yeah. Like they're trying to redefine what it means to be an energy drink in today's world.
They are, and it's working. They mentioned on their website that thousands of people drink Dubby every month, all over the globe.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Shows they're tapping into something that resonates with like a growing audience.
for sure.
But it also raises questions about like how authentic they really are.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We've seen the marketing, we've heard from the customers,
Hmm.
but what's the real story behind Dubby's success?
Right.
Are they walking the walk, or is it all just clever branding?
That's what we need to unpack next. We'll have to dig a little deeper to see if they're truly living up to that being better promise.
Yeah,
This whole clean energy thing is fascinating.
right.
It's like a complete 180 from those early energy drinks, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They were all about like that intense jolt, almost regardless of what went into them.
It's true.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Oh, yeah.
Like neon colors,
Hmm.
ingredients I couldn't even pronounce.
Totally.
Feels like there's been a real shift in like consumer awareness.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond just the ingredients.
Okay.
You know, consumers today, they're savvier.
Yeah.
They're looking for transparency, authenticity,
Right.
and brands that reflect their own values.
So for a brand like Dubby to really succeed,
Yeah.
it's not enough to just slap a clean label on the can.
Exactly, yeah.
They have to walk the walk.
Precisely. And that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
Because clean can mean different things to different people. Some prioritize organic ingredients, others are avoiding artificial sweeteners.
Right.
Some are all about ethical sourcing.
So how do we figure out where Dubby stands on all of this? I mean,
Yeah.
they talk about being better on their website,
Right.
but what does that actually mean?
One way to gauge their commitment is to look at that Dubby Gives Back program.
Okay.
They say they donate some of their profits to environmental causes.
I saw that on their website, but they don't really go into much detail.
Yeah.
How much are they actually donating?
Yeah.
And which organizations are they supporting?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the website doesn't provide any specifics,
Hmm.
just as they partner with organizations working to protect the planet.
It's a little vague.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if it's, if they're truly committed to these causes or if it's more of a marketing tactic.
It's hard to say for sure,
Yeah.
without more transparency. Consumers are like increasingly skeptical of brands that make these broad claims without any concrete actions.
So maybe Dubby needs to step up their transparency game if they want to convince people they're serious about being better.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
If they were more open about their donations,
Mm-hmm.
like the specific organizations they're supporting, the impact they're making,
Yeah, yeah.
that would go a long way in building trust.
Okay, so we've talked about the clean ingredients
Yeah.
and their social responsibility initiatives.
Mm.
What about the actual product experience?
Right.
Does Dubby really deliver on that promise of a better energy drink?
Well, we talked about how taste is subjective,
Right?
and the customer reviews definitely reflect that.
Yeah.
Some people love those unique flavors, while others find them,
Off-putting.
Yeah, exactly.
It was quite a ride going through those reviews.
Oh, yeah.
We had everything from creamsicle dreams to like denture water nightmares.
Exactly. It's clear that they're taking risks with their flavor profiles,
Yeah.
which can be a double-edged sword.
Okay.
You know, generating buzz, curiosity,
Right.
but also potentially alienating some customers.
I'm curious, what do you think about their strategy with these like outlandish flavor names?
Well, it's definitely attention grabbing.
Yeah.
And in a crowded market, that can be valuable.
Right.
But they need to be careful not to overshadow the actual quality of the product with just shock value.
So maybe finding a balance between being bold and memorable, but also communicating the quality and the benefits.
Yeah, I think that's key. If they can convince people that the taste is more than just a gimmick,
Yeah.
that there's real substance behind those quirky names,
Right.
then I think they'll have a winning formula.
Okay, so we got the clean ingredients, the
Yeah.
social responsibility angle, and the wild flavor adventures.
Right.
But what about the actual experience of drinking it?
Yeah.
Does it deliver on that promise of smooth, focused energy?
Well, that's where things get a little more personal.
Okay,
The effects of caffeine vary so much from person to person.
it's true.
Yeah.
Some people are super sensitive to caffeine,
Right.
and others can chug an espresso before bed and sleep like a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody's metabolism is different.
Right.
So how your body processes that coffee, fruit, cherry extract, it's going to vary.
So while Dubby might claim to provide smooth energy, the reality is it's going to affect everyone a little differently.
That's right, yeah. And it's important for consumers to be aware of that.
Right.
Just because something is marketed as natural doesn't mean it won't have an impact.
That's a really important point. It's easy to get caught up in the hype,
Totally.
but we always need to remember everyone's body is different.
For sure.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why it's crucial to listen to your own body.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how you feel after consuming any energy drink.
Right.
Make informed choices.
Right.
Choices that align with your needs and your preferences.
So where does this leave us with Dubby? They're definitely tapping into some major trends, right?
Yeah.
With the clean ingredients, the social responsibility.
Yeah.
And they're certainly getting people talking with those unique flavors.
They are. But it's clear that there are still questions
Yeah.
about their transparency,
Right.
whether they're actually living up to that being better philosophy.
And ultimately, whether Dubby is a good energy drink, it really comes down to personal preference
Exactly.
and individual experience.
What might be delicious and energizing for one person could be a total miss for another.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we have.
From the science behind the coffee fruit cherry extract
Right.
to the psychology of taste and the complexities of marketing a clean energy drink.
Yeah, we've explored the good, the bad, and the denture water flavored.
We have.
But now, I think it's time to turn it over to you, dear listener.
It feels like Dubby's trying to be more than just an energy drink company.
Yeah.
Like they're building this whole lifestyle brand.
Right. It's a really good observation, actually.
Yeah.
They're trying to cultivate a community,
Yeah.
a sense of belonging.
I mean, their website talks about like living the Dubby life, right? They have tips on fitness, mindfulness, travel.
Yeah.
They're even sponsoring events
Right.
like yoga classes and beach cleanups.
It's smart.
Yeah.
They're associating the brand with these aspirational activities,
Right.
tapping into that desire for personal growth,
Yeah.
sense of purpose.
And it goes beyond just like individual well-being, right? It's
Right.
promoting this connection to something larger,
Exactly.
a community,
Yeah.
shared values.
Yeah. Creating a feeling of belonging, like being part of something bigger,
Yeah.
which is a really powerful motivator, especially these days.
Makes you wonder if they're onto something.
Yeah.
Could this be the future of branding, where it's not just about the product,
Right.
it's about creating like a whole ecosystem
Yeah.
of experiences and values?
It's definitely a trend we're seeing across industries.
Okay.
Consumers are looking for more than just a transactional relationship
Right.
with brands. They want to feel connected, inspired,
Yeah. Yeah.
like they're part of something meaningful.
But it also raises questions about,
Yeah.
authenticity.
Authenticity.
Right.
Are they truly committed?
Yeah.
Or is it just marketing?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
I guess it's up to the consumer to decide
Right. Each individual.
if they buy it or not.
Exactly.
And, I mean, Dubby's not the only one doing this, right?
No, not at all.
A lot of companies are trying to be lifestyle brands.
Yeah.
Promote a certain set of values, a way of life.
It's becoming so important for brands to differentiate themselves.
Yeah.
Not just on features, but on what they stand for.
It's true.
Consumers are voting with their wallets,
Yeah.
choosing to support brands that align with their values.
So maybe it's less about Dubby specifically.
Yeah.
And more about a larger shift in consumer behavior.
I think that's a key takeaway from our deep dive here.
Okay.
Dubby is just one example of how brands are adapting
Right.
to this new landscape.
Yeah.
Whether they'll succeed in the long run, who knows?
It's going to be interesting to see how this whole lifestyle branding thing plays out.
Yeah.
Will consumers keep buying into it?
Right.
Or will they see through it?
That's a question for the future.
Yeah.
But for now, it's clear that Dubby has tapped into something
Right.
that resonates with a growing segment of the market.
So as we wrap up our deep dive on Dubby energy drinks, what are your thoughts?
What do you think?
Did this conversation change your perception at all?
Yeah, do you think they're really trying to be better?
Or is it all just really good marketing?
And most importantly, what does being better actually mean to you?
Yeah. What values do you think about when choosing products?
The brands you support.
We encourage you to keep exploring these questions.
Yeah.
Share your thoughts with us on social media.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Dubby.
And the evolving world of consumerism.
Yeah.
Until next time, stay curious.